Set to go. Here's Phil Crooks.
All right, third quarter action here on Essendon VFL Radio. Big Marek and Sam Michael. Michael gets the big leap and gets the Duke to it. It's kicked out by Jaden Short. They're kicking to the northern end of Punt Road. Ball spills clear. We're on the 50. Marek getting busy. I think the Tiger fans will be happy with his game. Got pinged there, but he's doing a good job, I would suggest. Josh Freezer goes in short, finds Jack Merritt. Merritt wheels around on the right boot. Kicks forward. Heppel gets trapped. Yesternese over the top of it. Ball spills clear. Bombers have got the numbers. Slung round is Holmes and McLeod. Sorry, it is McLeod. 75 and 76. Dealing in large numbers here, larger than what I'm used to. Michael, quick kick forward. Chol, good work off the boot. Ball in dispute, and the umpire comes in and says you made no attempt to get rid of that football. And Richmond through Broad to take the resultant free kick. Nice bright pair of orange boots. Kicks back to Jaden Short. He kicks outside on centre wing, and the Tigers take it. This is Markov. Markov kicks to centre wing. Comes off the back of the pack. Castagna overruns it. Bombers have got it. Heppel by hand. Working the ball forward. Indecisive footy. McLeod by hand backwards. Now Francis. We're inside defensive 50. They're trying to work it round the other side. Sammy Michael's got it. He kicks long. Got a man.
I did everything to find the space, Crooksy, and then messed up the last kick.
And it's over the boundary line, out of bounds. Centre wing, grandstand side.
So some good use of the footy, opened up the ground, but the last kick just let them down. Centre wing to be tossed back in. Francis with 11 marks, starting to find his feet in the VFL as Michael lays a good tackle, but it's Richmond through Mark on who go to forward 50. Kept his eyes on the footy. That was Heppel. Good stuff, Francis. There to support. He got it to Freezer and then gets it back from Freezer as Francis just pedals his way across half back. He uses it okay to the wing. It's a 2-on-1 initially for Richmond, and they win the day. Hit inside the 50. McBean the target. The turnover hurt them, and McBean turns around, finds space, and another mark is taken for Richmond. Just 35 out, pretty much directly in front.
Georgie Castagna.
So there was a fleeting moment where it looked like the Bombers were away, but Richmond's willingness to work for each other forced the outnumber, and now the shot on goal will come. That first term yielded 1-6 to this end for the Tigers. 2 goals, 7 for Essendon in the second. So here comes Castagna. This is a better start. Yep. Much better kick of the footy. And it's all tied up. 4-7 apiece, 31, 3.5 gone third term.
Again, Bombers, even though they work that ball around, they're not starting quarters as well as what myself and Matthew Egan would like. Just need to put their foot on the pedal a little bit quicker. We're back in the middle. We've got Schroeder, we've got Jack Merritt and Hams. There's Sam Michael doing the ruck duties. He's up against Marek. Beautiful bounce. Michael gets the tap out. Schroeder first after it, uses by hand. Tackled, shrugged, he'll be pinged. No, umpire gave him the benefit. Ball to be tossed up. We're just inside the centre square. Beautiful work, Schroeder. Quick kick up forward. They need a mark, but they don't get it. And the mark is taken by Gale of the Tigers. They play on straight away. Short kicks up long. Comes over the back. That's just volleyed out of the air and is over the boundary line and out of bounds. Freezer takes the resultant free kick. He spots up Willie Hams. Got the dirty Guernsey. He kicks out wide to Freezer. He's hard up against the boundary line. Looks up. Now the long kick along the boundary line, looking for Redmond. Gets first bite of the cherry, can't bring it down. Ball spills, Essendon working it out the back. McKenna by hand. Heppel goes without it. Now the Bombers are a chance. McNeese. They get it over to McKernan. First time on the ground. Comma to Schroeder. Can't quite pick up the handle. They get it out into some clear space. Hams. Good running. Gets it out wide to Redmond. He handballs over the top. The give and get. Has to punch it forward. Gets his own footy. Bounces off a few like Superman. Now the ball's in dispute. Bombers still a chance here. They try to get the ball out. Whistle blows. And there's a free kick to Richmond in defence.
Gee, Redmond gave a bit there, didn't he? So McKernan on for the second half. Didn't see any first half action, and Jamar not playing for the Bombers. If you've just tuned into Essendon VFL Radio, this is good stuff from Broad, but he couldn't quite get away from Long, who affected the kick, and now it's going to be chopped off. Bombers with numbers at half-back. Ashby picks up the loose ball and gives the little one across to McNeese. Down the line he goes, looking for a mark from the big fella. He couldn't get it from Michael, getting in the way. Broad. That was good stuff for Richmond. Got the fist out the back. Heeds tracked his man, got his man. Forced a 50-50 ball. It's to be one near the line. That was good stuff from Markov. Darted away, and then he found Conker by hand, who goes long with his right boot to the 50. He's not going to get a mark. It might just tumble over. They'll toss it in where the arc meets the boundary line. Richmond attacking. 31 apiece. 7 gone. Third term. All of a sudden, she's a good game of footy under lights here. Good crowd in the build-up to the seniors at the MCG. Toss back in. Marrick beaten. Michael had the footy, lost the footy, kicked it once he dropped it, allowed to go on. This is good stuff. Wallace kept tracking it. Tough ball to be won now. Good tackling. That was from Peard, and the ball came out to Merritt, got it to Eads, and they're away. Now the run comes from Schroeder. He drives it to half forward, but coughs it up.
Broad for Richmond. He squares it up. Finds Jaden Short playing well. He kicks into the middle of the Punt Road Oval, and Georgie Castagna having a great game. Gives it back to Short. Short goes in. He spots up his teammate there in Dan Butler. Butler kicks inside 50, and the Bombers have marked Sammy Michael. This is dangerous. Tommy Wallace, good work. Loses the boot. Don't see that too often. Just kicks in the sock. And it wasn't effective. Dear oh dear. Anthony Scott has intercepted this. It was a very soft kick from Tommy Wallace without a boot. And Scott to kick for the lead. It's 4-7 apiece. We're 8 minutes into the third quarter. And the Tigers have been gifted one here. He's going to kick it from 31 metres out, near enough to directly in front. Scott in for Richmond. Left footer. Gives it a fair old ride. And it is to the left, one behind. Lucky Bombers, 4-8-32 to 4-7-31. The Tigers by 1.
Ashby finds Laguda, back pocket. Punt road side of the ground. Looking for something to present. He's going to wobble this, and I say wobble to Francis, who's under pressure. He goes with the handball and forced over the line. They'll toss it in. Hit the post, in fact. So couldn't be any deeper in the pocket here. Francis sold into all sorts of trouble, and Richmond's pressure inside the attacking 50 impressive. 32 to 31. 1 point the margin Richmond's way. Coming through Peard. Hams under all sorts of pressure. Butler got a hand in there. Francis might have been taken high. Ball spilt out. Peard got the little handball. Traffic going away from Richmond's goal, but they have the footy momentarily. Morris, little one underground. That was effective enough. Then he laid a tackle, turned it over. Free kick here. Whistle, and it'll be an Essendon ball at half back. Some constructive criticism for the umpires from the locals, suggesting that perhaps that wasn't the case. But it'll be Wallace, who heads away on his left foot to the outer side, looking for McKernan, who goes to work on Marek. Oh, it did well, McKernan. I thought he took the mark. Umpire called him to play on, must have hit the deck. And he did. Got it to Heavyside, who went to Heppel by hand. He's going to go to the top of the 50, but it's all Richmond. Gee, Broad's done some very neat work across that half-back line.
Broad decides to switch play. Tigers on the tear-off half-back. On the right boot. They've got a man all alone. Or takes the bounce, going to be tackled. Good work, Jack Merritt. Great work, Jack Merritt. Laguda kicks forward. Eads tackled when he didn't have it. No free kick. Laguda lays the tackle. And the umpire will come in.
Well, the pressure's definitely gone up, Crooksy.
Has gone up
not the
a
skill
gear.
level to match it just yet.
Grimley and Marek. Marek slaps it out the back. Tigers through Drummond. Let the clearing kick. Good work for the Bombers by Aaron Heppel. Something off the footy. Ball's going to come back the other way.
Against Comer, I fancy.
Umpire's just being instructed that it's down the field.
Yeah, where the ball was. And
Plenty of
Henry
Nick Comer
Moore's
doing a
just
little bit of
letting Comer
umpiring
know.
as well. Okay. Let the game resume. Georgie Castagna for the Tigers. Kicks. It's a bit of an up and under. It's a long kick. Comes off the pack. Quick kick by Soldo. Just to the left. Another behind. Score check. 4-9-33. 4-7-31. Bombers bring it back in. They worry me. Nick Comer's got it. He's inside defensive 50 for the Bombers. And there's whistles and there's arm movement and pointing. And
I think Ashby was just in the area there and told to clear out by the umpire.
Comer kicks it short. Finds Tommy Wallace. He shovels a handball backwards about 30 metres. Freezer kicks it forward. Comes to centre wing. Ball in dispute. Holmes in there for the Dons. And you could throw a blanket over about 20 of them. Umpire comes in, tosses it up. Centre wing, punt road side of the ground. Clearance for Richmond. Quick kick out of the pack. Goes up high, bouncing, bouncing, bouncing. And it is over the boundary line. Out of bounds for the Tigers on their half-forward flank near the 50-metre mark. It is 33 plays 31. We're approaching 13 minutes into the third quarter.
Intriguing contest, not chock full of goals just at this stage, but hard to take your eyes off nonetheless.
You won't be buying the DVD, Leedsy.
Depends which way it finishes. Ball toss back in, Soldo to go to work. He didn't really get a real touch on it, might have hit the back of Michael's head, hits the deck, and the umpire comes in and will toss it up. So we're 40 out from Richmond's goal. Kicking to the northern end. Ball to be won at ground level. It's the Bombers. Comer. Holmes. Freezer. They've worked it nicely. Now some composure needed as they have the footy tucked up against the boundary line on the outer side. It's driven long, hoping for a mark, but it's 2-on-1 to Richmond. Not a bad result in the end, fisted down by McKernan. Now the tackling to be done and the turnover's on. Good pressure. It comes from Holmes to Eads. Gets on his right boot and going to go across the ground. That's okay. McKenna had space. He sets this to the pocket. Beautifully weighted kick. Magnificent stuff from Connor McKenna. And going back and taking the mark as Grimley looked like he might have just hurt his finger on the way through. That ball was delivered magnificently for him. I'm not sure how he might have done it, but he'll take the shot for goal. He's only 4 metres out. He does have some angle to deal with. He tosses the grass up in the air. Takes a few more steps back. Now, can he finish the work? They trail by 2 points, the Bombers, before the kick. He smashes this just about onto punt road. In fact, it might be picked up going the other way in the trains. It's a goal nonetheless. One the Bombers needed there. And the game again just becomes a little more intriguing. Connor McKenna with a touch of class that stood out there. 5-7-37. to Richmond, 4-9-33, 15 gone, third term.
We spoke about players coming back from the AFL, from the seniors, and McKenna being one of them, who's, he hasn't set the place alight, but he hasn't been out of place on an AFL ground, and good work from him. We need a bit more of that to get the 4 points here for the Bombers. Michael up for the Dons. Tommy Wallace gets the clearing kick on the left foot, kicks inside 50. Nice little deft work here. Here's a chance. They get it over to Redmond, who gets it over to Comma, who makes a meal of it, and that is over the boundary line and out of bounds. Should have done better there, Dons, streaming into goal.
Crowd starting to stream in towards the MCG too, Phil.
Ball comes up, comes over the back. Richmond trying to clear it. Redmond by hand, does the old give and get. He's caught, tackled, brought to the ground, and the umpire has a look at this and says, no, you had no prior opportunity, and he will toss this up. We are 47 metres out from the Essendon goal. We're kicking to the Brunton Avenue end. Comes out wide, quick kick by the Tigers. Ashby for Essendon in. It's a bit of a loose footy. Castagna. Quick hands. Richmond. Oh, lovely work, Sam Heavyside. He intercepts. Gets the handball over to Ashby. Arches the back. Gets it back to Heavyside. Free kick. Jason Ashby. He's a kick and a half or 2 kicks out from goal. He kicks long inside 50. They need a mark, and they've got a mark. Paid against Sean McKernan. Free kick holding the man, and Richmond to take the resultant free kick.
So Gale has it, back pocket. He's going to come across the ground on that left boot, looking for Moore, who's got to sit underneath this. Wallace did well not to infringe. No, he didn't quite. It was always a tough ask. And Moore will take the footy at half back. For Richmond, 4 points to margin. Essendon in front, 17 gone, third term. Richmond kicking to the scoring end, which has been the northern end of Hunt Road Oval this evening. As Moore just sizes up the options. He's got to get around Wallace now, because Wallace came after he was called to play on. He did nicely. Moore goes down the line. Francis just threw his hands there. Had first sit on it. Michael got the looping handball out the back. Ashby's got to go to work on Silvestro. Did well, Silvestro. Goes into the pocket. High ball, not going to be marked. Where's the bounce going? It suits Essendon. McLeod got to work his way through traffic here and does nicely. Down the line. Merritt in the fingertips of his right hand. He goes with a gutsy kick through the middle, and it might just open up. Heavyside takes the mark and goes to Comma, who stops. Props goes to half forward. It didn't hit the target. Scholl's going to be there first. He's going to go away on his left boot. Heads to the outer wing. Richmond in a bit of space if they can be clean. Markov, he picks up the loose footy, goes down the line. Oh, gee, little fumble there, allows the Bombers in. Now the cavalry's got to arrive here at half-back. It does. Long receives the handball, goes with a kick down the middle. That works okay. Going through the middle of the ground now is Merritt. Gives the handball over the top. If it sits for Holmes, there's a chance. He copped one for his troubles, but kept going, and now he lays a tackle. Couldn't quite impact the contest. It comes away to Gale, and Richmond can breathe a sigh of relief.
Silvestro for Richmond. A bounce. Then a long kick inside 50. Bombers have... great stuff. Courage, Aaron Francis. Takes the mark and cops one in the kidneys for good measure. He goes out wide in front of the grandstand. Player just obliterated from me at the moment. Still a big crowd here.
Hams down there, I think.
Hams.
He'd prefer I didn't name him.
They're playing without my sight line here. And Richmond to take the resultant free kick. It was out in the full. Kick forward for the Tigers to half forward. The big men fly, and it's a Richmond mark. And this is big Ivan Matic. He's 60, 70 metres out from the Tiger goal. He goes in short, and he has found a teammate. This will be Townsend, Jacob Townsend. He can kick from just inside 50. He's creeping around a bit. Be on a 60, 70 degree angle. I think he might have a ping at this, Townsend.
1 goal, 2 so far to his name, Trixie.
Taking plenty of time. He kicks from right on 50, and the ball is just right to left and through for a behind. Tigers, 4 goals, 10, 34. The Bombers are 5, 7, 37. We're 20 minutes in to this third quarter. Benny McNeese brings it out. It's kicked to half back. Comes off the pack. Bombers have got some numbers here. The pack develops and the ball will be thrown up. And we're just deciding who's going to get up last.
I'll give you one guess as to who's in amongst all that. He's playing his
Nash
first
has
game.
got his first jumper and it's ripped almost in half. Marrick gets the tap out. Conker tries to kick it off the ground. And there is a free kick going the Bombers' way. And it is Connor McKenna.
Not the night for that, Crooksy. That would have stung.
He doesn't look as though he's really enjoying it, does he? McKenna. That kick was just out of reach for the Bombers. Gee, I've enjoyed Jackson Merritt's game tonight. Something I've been looking for him. I want to see him back in the ones at some stage.
Yeah, he's looked composed.
Yeah, he's just been the measure. Just good. Composure's probably the right word. Bombers getting the ball out by hand. Wallace gets it over to Jakey Long. Quick hands again to that man Merritt. Merritt kicks long. Scholes in front. Gee, he's played a good game down in defence. He lays off the handball. Tigers going forward. They mark on. This is Adam Markon. He's on defensive 50. He goes out wide, finds Reece Conker on the half-back flank. Conker. It is a slow build-up. Conker. Now he kicks. He kicks to half forward. Francis over the back. Plenty of Bombers there. They get it out to McLeod. McLeod by hand. It is close to the boundary line and out of bounds. 37 plays 34. 22 minutes gone. Third quarter action here on Essendon VFL Radio.
Punt Road just slowed to about 7 kilometres an hour as we build up to tonight's clash at the MCG. Here's Michael against Merrick, got it down. Found Hams, little handball over the top, that was okay. Merritt's on the end of it, gets it away quickly. That was good stuff. Laguda down the line, just over the head of Schroeder, who wanted a free kick. Nothing forthcoming. Tigers going across the ground. Gale good enough to take it in front of Eads. He releases his man. This is Broad on his left boot. Down the line, G. Heppel had to run with the flight. Did enough to upset the run of Butler. And in there, Francis won the day. Got it to Heppel. Released McKenna, who just lost a handle on it. Good enough to butter up and pick up the footy. He gives a handball away. Here's Peart. Goes around on his left foot. High ball. One for the Flyers at the back. A chance for Schroeder. Kept his head over it. Gives the handball. There's a whistle. It's going to go Richmond's way. After all that, Scholl to take the free kick. Top of his defensive goal square. Goes to short. Right foot. Good contest from Essendon. Spills to Hams. Gets it inside the 50 with the handball. Releases his man. Laguda kept going. Tackled. Needs to go again here. Under all sorts of pressure though. They've turned it over. Richmond did well. Gale got it away. And now they've got to dart their way out of the defensive 50. Richmond, they've done it nicely. Through the middle of the ground. Markon takes the mark. Gives it across the top. The run's okay, but there's just not much of an option for Conker. He goes on his left boot to this broadcast side of the ground. And McBean can take the mark.
Big Liam doesn't muck about. He kicks forward. Now the Tigers. They've got one all alone in the goal square and he hasn't taken the mark, Big Soldo. Good work by the Bombers, who just worked the ball over the line for another behind. They play on straight away. Tommy Wallace, deep in defensive 50. Spots up Jack Langford. Still just in defensive 50. We're playing inside defensive 50. We go back to Heppel. Heppel, kick is too long. Mark on. They get it across. Tackle dispossessed. Not rewarded. And the ball, I agree with you, sir. How did he get rid of the ball? And there will be a ball up we're in the heart of the 50. The Tigers, 25 metres out from their goal. But it is Hams who kicks the clearing kick. Is this deliberate?
Yeah.
The umpire seizes the moment. Carpe diem, sees the day. And he gives the resultant free kick. Tigers go inboard quickly but are not clean. Laguda, he's not clean with his disposal. Bombers have got numbers here if they can just break clear. Ball just getting forced forward. Now's a shot. They get it out to little Heavyside. Heavyside goes the big kick. They're looking for McKernan. Bouncing footy. The crowd want to hold. Umpire won't have a bar of it. Broad. Good work. They kick it out wide. The Tigers going to play on. Now he doesn't. Richmond. Plenty of backward kicking. Broad. Switching play. Gets it over to Andrew Moore. He goes in short. Looking for Conker. He's on half-back. He goes in short. Ball spilt. Umpire says no. Interfered with. And Adam Marcon will take the resultant free kick. Marcon. Again, slow movement of the footy. They kick to centre wing. All players miss it. Ball dribbles over the boundary line and out of bounds. And we won't be putting that last 3 minutes of play in a time capsule. 5:7:37, 4:11:35, 26 and a half minutes into the third quarter.
So a big couple of minutes to play out here. Late in the third, Merrick got it down, couldn't find a teammate. Oh, gee, that's tough stuff at ground level. Fancy there might have been a jumper change out there for Holmes, who had his first one ripped. Goes across the ground. He's gone from 76 to 65, and it's three-quarter time at Punt Road Oval. It's the Bombers by 3 points, 5-7-37 to Richmond, 4-11-35.